For this question, we're told that a particle is moving along a line so that its position at time t is given by a trigonometric function. We want to know for what values of t the object changes direction, and we also want to know the particle's maximum velocity. Well, we start with our displacement function, and we see that the velocity is just the derivative of that. So the derivative of 4 cos block is 4 times negative sine block times the derivative with respect to t of that block. 4 times negative 1 times 8 is negative 32 sine 8t. Well, we're going to set that derivative equal to 0 because that's what we do. Okay, because the velocity is a derivative of displacement, so we're going to set it equal to 0 in order to determine when the object changes direction. Set velocity to 0. So that means that the sine of 8t is equal to 0. So that means 8t would have to be equal to either 0 or pi or 2 pi, etc. Because when the angle equals these values, the value of sine of that angle is 0. So dividing each of those values by 8, we get that the t would be either 0 or pi over 8 or 2 pi over 8 or 3 pi over 8, etc. So that's when the object changes direction. Now for the next one, we want to know the object's maximum velocity. Well, to determine maximum velocity, we should determine the derivative of velocity. Well, that's given by acceleration. The derivative of negative 32 sine block is negative 32 cos block times the derivative of that block. So in other words, times the derivative of 8t, which is 8. Negative 32 times 8 is negative 256. So we have negative 256 times the cos of 8t. Setting that equal to 0 to maximize, setting cos 8t equal to 0 means that angle of 8t is equal to pi over 2 or 3 pi over 2 or 5 pi over 2 or 7 pi over 2, etc. Dividing each of those by 8 gives us that the t value is pi over 16 or 3 pi over 16 or 5 pi over 16, etc. So what we're going to do now is test this value of pi over 16. When t is pi over 16, the velocity is negative 32 sine 8 times pi over 16. So in other words, negative 32 sine of pi over 2, which is negative 32. When the time is 3 pi over 16, subbing that in, this gives us 3 pi over 2. Negative 32 sine 3 pi over 2 is negative 32 times negative 1, which is positive 32. Now instinctively we know that the maximum possible value of the sine of any angle is 1, and the minimum possible angle of the sine of any angle, the minimum possible value of the sine of any angle is negative 1. So we kind of knew, even here, that we were going to get one of the answers to be negative 32 and one of the answers to be positive 32. That's it. We can plug in 5 pi over 16 and we'll be back here with an answer of negative 32. We can plug in 7 pi over 16 and we'll be back here with an answer of positive 32. And it's just going to yo-yo back and forth because it's a periodic function. So our maximum velocity is 32.